Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm Chris from iLeather.com, and today we're going to give initial impressions on the OneBlade razor, and it has been a long time coming. I've gotten requests many times. I've actually had people offer to loan me this many times, but to be honest, I just wasn't interested. Why? When the razor came out, there was so much hyperbole coming from the website. I think they still declare this to be the best razor in the world, and it may be. I haven't used it, but a lot of times those hyperbolic type of claims, or at least hyperbole in my view, many times they're unfounded. Now, tomorrow when I use this, I may say they're absolutely right. So, but just that sort of thing sort of turned me off. Also the fact that it used a proprietary blade, sorta, and the fact that they were saying the blades, you change them every day, and they wanted to sell you a 30-day blade pack, you know, and use a new blade every day. I did not like the idea of that at all. Also, at the time this razor was $2.99, it is now $3.99. So I did consider it at one time at $2.99. I was like, you know, maybe it's worth it. But when it shot up to $3.99 after they made some changes on it, I was like, that's a lot. $400 for a razor is a lot of scratch, and you know, I just haven't been willing to pay it. I actually got this one in a trade from a nice gentleman at the Shave Nook, so thank you, sir, for the great trade. Now, first thing you see is packaging, which is absolutely top rate. It has to be. At $400 for a razor, and again, I didn't pay that, and I don't know if I would. Maybe I'll change my mind when I use it, but even with initial impressions, I wouldn't pay $400. But again, the shave means everything, so maybe we would. Packaging is absolutely top rate, but again, it has to be. Really heavy-duty leather. Nice stitching. Let us set that aside. Documentation. This does come with a 30-day guarantee, by the way, if you buy it new. So, you know, you can try it, and if you don't like it, return it. Even the foam is very heavy duty. There's actually a cutout where the razor head sits, both in the top and the bottom. It's really well done on the packaging, and it should be for the kind of money this baby cost. And out comes the razor, which you see here riding on its stand. This is stainless steel. I don't know the grade of steel. It is German steel, and German steel is good stuff, generally speaking, or it is known to be. You get a really nice heavy-duty stand. If you have the room to set this sort of thing out, you know, it's got the OneBlade logo there if you can see it. It is a really nice stand. No problem at all with that. It's a nice touch. All these little things add value. Does it add up to $400? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Here we have the razor, which has a pivoting head, and that's actually one of the reasons I stayed away from it as well. You know, pivoting heads were sort of the thing we came to traditional shaving for. We wanted to get away from the Gillette Fusion, the latest thing that had all the bells and whistles and gizmos, and go with a simpler style of shaving. I am told, however, that once you trust it, that pivoting is actually quite nice. Again, it's going to be something that I'm going to be learning over the next few weeks. I'll probably use it every other day or so, you know, see how I feel about it. Now, when it comes to the look of the razor, it looks spectacular if you appreciate modern style, the modern style look. It looks really nice, sleek, cool. It's not too heavy. It is made by injection mold. It's not machined. Injection molding is a different process. I'm by no means an expert on that, but the craftsmanship on it is quite good. It uses a feather type blade that it only uses one style blade. It is not a double edge, by the way. This is a single edge razor. I will show you the type of blade that it uses here. Comes in this pack here, and one of the problems with it again for me was they were saying, you know, one shave per blade, and I was like, one shave per blade, really? Because these aren't super cheap. I think right now you can get them cheaper than you could before. I think I've seen them $6 for 10. They are not as inexpensive as double-edged razors are. Let me take this one out. This is a feather, and there you see, if I can get a hold of it, the type of blade that it uses, which is very similar to an old gem style blade, which I will show you here. Here is a gem style blade. Some people refer to it as a paint scraper type blade. Keep in mind, this is not a actual paint scraper blade. It is very close in design, but this is made for shaving. This is a gem. So what people discovered early on was that they could remove the spine of these style razor blades, which is this thing here. This is the spine, and I have removed one so I could show you. This is the spine of this gem style blade, which you see here, and this does fit in the razor. As you can see there, they're very, very close. The gem style blade's a little bit shorter from top to bottom. It may not click in the razor. Now, I have the older OneBlade model. I am told by someone who is an aficionado of OneBlade that it's much tougher to use these old style gem blades with the spine removed in the new OneBlade. I have the old one. The reason why the OneBlade, there was some changes made, is they claimed that when you put the blade in, it was smiling. That is to say, there was a little bending or curvature in the blade. I have put both blades in this one, and I don't notice any appreciable smile, and that's also what the guy who traded me said. But this blade, which is the gem, we'll just go ahead and show you what it looks like. Loading the blade, it actually slides in the razor back here, like so, pushes in, and there you go. You're ready to do business or battle or however you look at your shaves. It's a fun experience for me, so you know it's a good time. Pull that one out and we'll go ahead and show you how the other one fits. This again is the gem style with the spine removed, and this is the actual blade that's made for it, the feather. And it goes in, and I believe it will sort of click into place. You do get a different feel. You get a snap there when you use the blade that is actually made for it. You don't get that snap when you use the gem, but it fits in there perfectly. So hey, it's cheaper to buy those blades. I'm going to try them both and see, but it's good for me to have one where I can use either type of blade, because I happen to have some gem style blades laying around that I can use, and so I'm looking forward to trying this guy out. The initial impressions on quality is very favorable. Does it look like a $400 razor? I don't know. Maybe in design it looks it. Is it worth it? I have no idea. To be honest, it's hard to justify $400 on any razor, regardless. Even some of the vintage ones that you can't get hardly anymore, like the Toggle and the different types that are exotic. For me, you know, I've been using premium razors lately, but I don't really like to spend a lot of money on anything. However, I do realize things like this are a lifetime investment, so that's really the way you have to look at premium hardware. It is a handsome razor. The packaging hits the mark. About the only flaw that I can lay on it is, you know, in the beginning, the sort of hyperbolic claims, which again, I may be wrong on that, all right? And so if I use this razor tomorrow and over the next few weeks, and it's the best doggone razor I've ever used, and I'm blown away, then I'll come back and do a video where I go, OneBlade was right, I'm wrong, it was not hyperbole. If it's just great and doesn't, you know, blow my socks off, then I'll say, yeah, okay, they overdid it a little bit. If I still want to use my other razors like my charcoal, Timeless, Wolfman, all the rest, which I suspect I will, then I'm gonna say it's a great razor. Maybe it's not worth $400, but it's really hard to justify that kind of money when you put it in everyday terms. It is just a lot of money. Although I will say, in terms of aesthetics, in terms of the way it feels great in the hand. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this pivoting. Again, I came to traditional shaving to get away from that kind of thing, so maybe I'll love it, maybe I won't, but we're going to give it time before we decide. And I want to thank the gentleman in the Shave Nook once again for the very nice trade. Really appreciate it. Razor looks great. Thank you, Sue. So how do we say it? Sometimes we get tongue twisted, but guess what? We leave it in, folks. We leave it in. We're not professionals here. We're just a regular Joe. Some people call me a yokel, a rube. It could be true, but I like to have fun. I like to bring this stuff to you, and I want to thank everybody for all the positive comments. They appreciate the increased level of effort that's been coming on my part. They appreciate what I've been investing into the channel. And believe me, I have pumped a ton into this channel, buying all this stuff and doing the giveaways, and I just have to say it's very rewarding to get all that positive feedback, the emails, I'm even getting folks who are, when they're buying something, they're adding me to their email when they're happy. Like I've had a couple recently where folks emailed Timeless and Charcoal, and they're like, hey, Chris Bailey told me to, you know, or I saw a video of Chris Bailey's, because again, I don't seek to sell you anything because I don't make money on this. I don't get product for doing these videos, so I don't seek to sell these things. But if you buy it and you enjoy it and you mention it to the vendor, then that's great. They know that that this channel is a place where people come to try to get honest assessment, and that's what I do every single day, or at least I try to as much time as I always give you an honest assessment, but I try to do it daily when I can. I've really increased the level of effort because, quite frankly, I've enjoyed the response that I've been getting. So thank you, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys continue to enjoy these videos. I will continue to bring them to you. Thanks as always for watching. Until next time, let's make the entire world shave great once again.